Hey, Amari, it's Trevor from CUTuckers.com. You got a great game on Saturday. Had the diving touchdown catch. Did you feel like with DJ making his first start that it was really on you and Cornell to step up and take a leadership role and make some big catches for your freshman quarterback?
Yeah, Coach Sweeney definitely challenged us for the game. That the playmakers on offense, we have to make those plays to make him comfortable, so that he can get comfortable in the game and be able to feel good about making those throws that he made to me and Cornell and everybody else. So Coach Sweeney just definitely challenged us through in practice last week and just making those plays in practice, so that when the game comes, we were comfortable and we were ready to make those plays for DJ, so that he can go out there and just be comfortable and do his thing.
Amari, this is Pete at AP. That touchdown catch you had, it looked like there was some pretty strong zip on that ball.
Oh,
yeah. Was it pretty hard to catch or?
Nah, I wouldn't say it was hard to catch. I work on that catch after practice on the jug machines every day. So it was just a routine catch for me. But he put it in the perfect spot. It was a great ball by him where the defender was on me on my upfield shoulder. So he put it in my backfield shoulder. It just was a touchdown. The perfect play by him. We practice that in practice every Tuesday. So it was just from practice field to the game.
Amari, it's Trevor again. I was actually gonna to follow up on Pete. I was actually gonna ask you some of those passes. I know you work the jugs, ramp that thing up like nobody's business, but some of those passes look like they were coming in pretty hot from DJ, maybe even more so than Trevor. Do you feel like that's the case? I mean, we all know he has a strong arm, but how catchable is the ball that he throws?
Oh, it's real catchable. Being a receiver, you're supposed to catch everything that comes your way. It doesn't matter who it comes from. So that's really our mindset. Is that it's just the ball coming our way, and we gotta make those plays. So that's really how we see it. It doesn't matter if it's from Trevor, DJ or Tyson or Hunter Helms. We just gotta make those plays when it's thrown to us, and it's just the ball coming to us. That's really how we see it.
Hey, Mari, Michael Lanana with the State newspaper. Do you guys or you or any of the other receivers, do you guys call DJ Big Cinco, or does he just call himself Big Cinco, or what do you kind of make of that nickname and just his swagger in general out there?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of nicknames. I mean, we call him a lot of things, but he definitely does have that swagger. We just always joke around with him. He's always in that mood, to joke around, call each other names and stuff like that. That's just our culture and our team. Like, we're all close like that. We always joke around with each other like that. But yeah, we have a lot of nicknames. Big Oos, it's a lot of things like that. We call him, DJ. Y'all probably saw after the game we played Go DJ as my DJ. This is our relationship with each other. It's just how we're built. And, I feel like that's why we're so successful, because our bond between the team.
Amari Brad from Clemson SI here. When 2 years ago you played Notre Dame, you get a chance to play him again. From somebody who's grown up around college football so much in your life, what does that name mean to you, Notre Dame football?
It means a lot. It's a lot of history, man. They have one of the most historic programs in college football, if not the most. So it means a lot to know that, especially that we're playing there. I've been there one time. I didn't go on any visits, but I went there when my dad was coaching at USC. They played at Notre Dame in 2015. I was able to go there to the game and be on the sideline and stuff. So I got a kind of feel for the atmosphere and stuff like that. But now that I'm playing in a game there, it's going to be surreal. I'm excited for the opportunity.
This is Todd Shaughnessy in Spartanburg. What did you think about the way Cornell played, and did you see a different look about him at practice during the week?
No, I haven't seen anything different. We've all been practicing, challenging each other every single week. But I felt good. It's just seeing his fruits of his labor is coming. He's been putting in that work for 5 years, man. Just to see him being successful this whole season, it puts a smile on my face, because me and him are kind of in the same situation. When we came here, we had to wait our turn. And now it's our last years, and we're putting all our marbles in. We're out there making plays. So it just makes me feel good, and I know it makes the coaches feel good to know that it's guys like me and Cornell that stuck with it and stuck around. Now we're getting our fruits of our labor, so it feels amazing.
Mari, this is Matt with the State. You touched on it a little bit there, but I think this is already the most yards and touchdowns in season for you so far in your career. Just what's it been like kind of becoming that go-to guy, being the guy that goes out and makes so many big plays?
It's been good. I just accepted the challenge because I knew coming in, that was my role. I knew I had to step up. I had to make those plays, being the veteran guy that I am, and being having the most experience out of the group. I knew that I was going to be able to get those opportunities. So that's really what I did in the offseason, just grind for this. And now that it's here, all the hard work that I put in the past is paying off. So I just got to keep going and keep making those plays for my team and get wins.
With Notre Dame, did they recruit you at all? I know you said you didn't take any visits there.
Nah, they didn't recruit.
What was your first impression of DJ, which is when you met him in person as a person, and then just kind of when you saw him on the field for the first time? What was just kind of your initial impressions of him?
When I first met him, I kind of knew about him with my dad being in Cali for so long. I kind of knew about him coming up in high school and stuff like that. So I knew who he was, but I didn't meet him until he came on a visit here. When I met him, he's so laid back, man. He's literally like a Californian guy, what you would think, just laid back and cool, collective. It doesn't seem like he's ever like phased or ever feels pressure. And it showed in the game. Like, he was cool and collective, man. He stayed cool the whole game. He really, brought up guys. When Travers had fumbled, and when that happened, he went to him and said that he got him. And that's just leadership, just showing leadership by DJ. He's just a freshman. So, I'm excited to see how he's going to progress and become that leader whenever it is his time for real. So, I'm just excited about him. And whenever he stepped on the field, it's just everything that you thought that he would be. Zipping the ball, being accurate and, being smart. He's a very smart player too. So I'm just excited to see how he's going to, evolve in the next couple of years.
Hey, Amari, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. What have you seen so far from Notre Dame's secondary, and particularly Kyle Hamilton, safety?
You talking about Kyle, the safety 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen they're a very experienced secondary. Nick McLeod coming from NC State. We played against him, and I've played against him the past 2 years, so I'm pretty familiar with him. Their safety number 20, captain. Senior. Been there for a while. Been through some injuries, but he's very experienced. He's a great safety. 14. He's very long, fast. He's always at the ball. Always getting there, making tackles and stuff like that. And the other corner, 26. They rotate a lot of guys at field corner too, but they're all fundamentally sound. They're where they need to be. They're athletic, long. They make plays. So you just got to go out there, study film on them really hard. Just go out there and make those plays presented. There's going to be holes there. It's always going to be holes with plays that we put in with the game plan. So we just got to execute the plays. Just go out there and make those plays.
All right, this is Matt again. I know you mentioned Nick McLeod. What's it like going up against him and seeing him go from NC State to Notre Dame? What have you seen on film from him?
He's a good DB. It's a reason why he went from the NC State to Notre Dame in a better program. He's elite. He's long. Physical. So you got to play with good technique versus him, especially in the boundary. He plays boundary, so it's less space. So you definitely got to play with great technique versus him and be physical. So that's really what I've seen so far. So you just got to play with good technique, man. That's versus any DB. You got to come prepared. Bring all your tools. Don't use the same things. Switch it up on run plays, make it look like it's a pass and run play. So, keep him on his toes. So that's really all you got to do. Just play with good technique, play fundamentally sound, just make those plays.
Did you go up against him a lot when he was in NC State?
Nah, because when he was at NC State, I was at 2-man. So he's always been in the boundary. He's always been a boundary corner. So I haven't really got to match up with him really.
Amari, what's just your overall assessment of Notre Dame's defense? Just seems like a really physical, sound group under defensive coordinator Clark Lee. Just what have you seen from them this season and how they've defended teams?
They're a veteran group. I think they have like 8 returning starters, I think, something like that. So, they know how to play. They've been together for a long time. So, they do a good job, like I said earlier, doing what they do, being where they need to be. They do a good job on third down, especially switching up and making different looks with packages and bringing different blitzes and stuff like that. So, credit to their DC for doing a good job with mixing things up like that. So, that's really all I see is that, they're an experienced group. They're big and physical, and they're going to be where they need to be. So we just got to, like I said earlier, study film hard and, execute game plan.
Hey,
Amari, I want to go back to something that you were just talking about with technique. Coach Elliott was talking about you the other week and talking about how you do things in the game that set up other things. You know, the way you run your routes, the way you come out of your breaks, the way you block, you're always setting something up. Does that take a long time to learn? Is that something that you've really tried to hone in on, is being really consistent with that throughout the game? And is that something that you try to teach to other players as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's both. It's definitely being a veteran guy that I've learned while being here. That's making things look different. Not giving the same pitch every single time. You know, you gotta throw different pitches. So that's really what Coach Sweeney said. You gotta throw different pitches and keep them on your toes. When it's a run play, you know, run a route, give it a quick release. You know, run them off, make them think it's a go route. So they keep them on their toes. You know, you just gotta bring out different tools. That's really what Coach Sweeney's been emphasizing while I've been here. You know, I've been learning that. You know, I do that in the game. And, you know, it's paying off and it works. So you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Hey, Amari, Ralph Russo from AP. On a little bit of a different topic. You guys have tomorrow off because of it's election day. And that seems like one of those ideas that maybe at the time it was thought of seemed like a pretty cool idea. But now in practice, like you have to, your schedule changes. I'm wondering if a lot of you guys have already voted anyway because you're from out of state. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on the simple idea of having this as a day off for college athletes.
Yeah, it's definitely new. So yeah, we practiced last night. A little sore, but you know when we get out there, you know you get the adrenaline going. It's just like a regular Monday. And today, you know, we have Tuesday practice, so you know it's just one of those things where you can't really think of it that much and let it affect you. You just gotta go with the flow, go with the schedule that's presented, and you know just put that work in whenever we have to. You know tomorrow's gonna be a good day to bounce back and recover a little bit because you know we had 2 days right after playing a tough game. But you know you just gotta just take it and put in that work because you know we got to put in the work eventually so that we can go out there Saturday and and play well. So that's really just a mentality thing where you just have to attack each day.
Thanks.
For sure.
Hey, Amari, it's Trevor again. Travis had a career high in reception yards on Saturday. With his increased role in the passing game, how much does that open things up for you and the other wide receivers?
It opens up a lot. Just being able, the way that Coach Elliott and our staff's been able to use Travis in a lot of different ways. It opens up everything because you know every DC is gonna come into the game. You know their plan's gonna be like to stop number 9. So you know it's always gonna be things open other than with Travis being the type of player that he is. So you know that our coaches has been doing a good job with the game plan, just making sure everybody eats. So you know, I love it. Trevor's going to get his. You know, everybody else is going to get theirs too. So it's just a great job, coaching staff, and doing a great job all year.
Hey, Amari, it's Anna again. Do you lead any differently this week or say anything differently to the wide receivers? Just knowing that there is a freshman quarterback with his first road start, and then also knowing the wide receiver room is a little shorthanded right now with Joe and Frank banged up.
You know, I always got to lead. Just being that veteran, I always got to lead. But I don't think it's any different this week. You know, it's just another game. Like Coach Sweeney says, it's the next game. It's a business game because it's the next game. You know, you can't think too much about what we don't have. You just got to think what we do have, and what we have is players, playmakers everywhere. Still, we're deep, and I'm confident in that. I'm confident in DJ. You know, he's calm and collective, and I don't think he's going to be phased just like he was on Saturday. So I think we're prepared, man. We're ready to go play.
Amari, you mentioned the history of Notre Dame's traditions. Do you think it'll be particularly neat for you stepping on that historic field Saturday night, or will it just seem like another road game?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be special just knowing the history they have. But like I said earlier, you can't think too much of it with it being a top 5 matchup, Cal's game day, and it being at Notre Dame. You just gotta approach it like any other game and just go out there and do what we've been doing all year. But it's definitely gonna be special playing in a historic stadium like that.